Why is my Gmail Harry Potter crockpot recipes? What?
Harry Potter crockpot recipes at gmail.com. That's Dracofunk's email address. Everybody email Dracofunk at Harry Potter crockpot recipes at gmail.com.
I mean, I'm not going to get any of those.
Then that means you can say whatever you want, you know?
That's literally a Pinterest group. Why? I hate Pinterest. I don't even know how I ended up on Pinterest.
So how you guys doing?
I understand. I don't know why.
So we're going to the state fair tomorrow.
Huh. Maybe I should watch State Fair tomorrow.
Is that a movie?
It's a musical.
Okay.
You never seen State Fair?
No, I haven't.
Bet has.
She might have. I will have to ask. Well, and, you know, my memories of State Fair are Ohio, and you know, of a state fair, which makes me, through, you know, complicated connections, makes me think of Annie Get Your Gun, which I can't make it through. I get to folks are dumb where I come from, and I'm done. I'm done. I can't do anymore.
Springfield, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that live.
Have you?
Yeah.
It's on. I think it's on. We have a Howard Keel DVD collection, which is one of the greatest things that anybody ever had the idea to do. It has Kiss Me Kate, Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, Oklahoma, and Annie Get Your Gun, and it's brilliant. I just can't watch Annie Get Your Gun. Kiss Me Kate's actually a really good movie, though. You seen it?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, it's interesting because it was one of the first, if not the first, movies ever released in 3D in theaters. But this was like, you know, the 60s. And like they didn't really have the foresight to like preserve the stereoscopic, you know, nature of it. So like nobody has ever seen it in 3D except the people who went to the theater to see it, like back then. Which makes like a lot of what happens in the movie visually really weird, because like they're always like looking straight into the camera and throwing stuff at the camera like throughout the whole movie. And like there's scenes where people like, you know, come out on platforms toward the camera, you know, randomly. And if you don't know that it's supposed to be in 3D, it's like why do they keep doing that?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds kind of hilarious. Whatever that was. Yeah.
It's the movie Kiss Me Kate, which I've mentioned to you before. Like it's a movie I think that actually we should watch it sometime. It's a good movie. Like it's, you know, it's kind of a fun little, you know, old school, you know, 50s, 60s style, relatively wholesome comedy that we could like, you know, do as a one-off and not have to warn people about, you know.
Which, you know, if we do that, the next one that we release after that has to be like, you know, ultra gore.
Yeah. It's like that and then Saw 3, you know.
Oh no, like Hardcore Henry or
Texas Chainsaw
or Turbo Kid, you know.
Turbo Kid, yeah, something like that.
I like zoned out for half of that conversation. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I don't blame you.
Are we ready?
I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready once you guys tell me what episode we're on now.
Nobody tell him. Okay, Rob, you have a 1 in 178 chance.
Scrodrix. His name is Scrodrix.
That's right. Sorry.
Well, now if you add Kurt Angle to the mix, you know, my chances of finding this drastic go down.
It's a 141 and 2/3 chance.
Well, he can probably guess we're still in the first season.
I mean, you know, I don't know how many episodes you guys have recorded since I was last here, but then
hundreds.
Yes,
so many.
I'm
we
guessing episode 13 from the thumbnail versus what we're talking about earlier. So,
what episode are we on? No, you're off.
So I'm the only one here who knows what the hell we're doing, right?
No, I got it.
Good. Yeah, we're on episode 12, Datalore.
I know some interesting facts about this episode.
Good. Don't say them yet.
Really confused if I started watching episode 13 when you guys started episode 12.
Oh, is that? No, okay, that's not the one I think it is. All right.
Oh, it's not a good one though.
Yeah.
It's really not.
No, it's not. All right. Well, you got the clock up.
Yep.
Clock is up.
All right. Well, let's sync at 25.
Now.
What else could I do? I just stood at the doorway and you. I'd rather be drunk with you. I'd rather be drunk, but I'm caught outside.
Hey, Internet! Welcome back to The Thing We Do. We are Highway 47 Productions, back with another Star Trek The Next Generation commentary. We are watching Star Trek The Next Generation Season 1, Episode 12 tonight. And the whole crew is back with us. I'm Shaggy B here as always, and back from the dead is Scroderick.
No, yeah, here I am, finally.
Yeah, he's mostly not dead yet. And
I made the executive decision not to go to the doctor after I was sick for 3 weeks.
And it looks like it paid off. You seem like you're doing fine. I say looks as though you're sitting next to me.
What? Huh?
He's fine. Don't worry about him. And Dracofunk is here as well, as always. How's it going, Draco?
I'm here and excited.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
how
You ready for my excitement? You want to hear it?
lay it on me.
Woo.
Yay. We're so glad to be with you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Friends,
Actually,
family.
I'm excited about this episode.
Yeah, it's an important one. I have trouble saying it's a good one, mostly because I have trouble remembering all of it, which may indicate its quality. But it is important, and it lays down a lot of lore about the show. See what I did there?
Yeah, it also gives a good amount of data too.
Yeah, that's right. And other things that are puns on the title. So
it has a higher rating than our last episode. Our previous episode had on IMDb, that is, it had a IMDb rating of 7.4. This has a rating of 7.7.
all right. We should, what we ought to do, maybe we'll start doing this with like the second season. Or, I mean, we could do it now too. We ought to give these our own ratings, but I would want to think about it more, about like what criteria to use before we do this.
I think we should rate it after we've seen the episode.
Yeah, that too. But and that's one important criterion, like, rating based on actually having seen it. That matters a bit. But let's consider that.
Okay. According to IMDb, so far, this is actually the highest. This will be the highest episode that we've watched.
Cool.
The second being where some people haven't been before, which was 7.6.
Where not having been, the people are going, not before.
The big goodbye was 7.4. This is 7.7.
All right.
This episode originally aired January 16th, 1988.
What were you doing on January 16th, 1988?
It was around my birthday, so
Yeah.
around my birthday, and
Eating cake.
That's a lie.
Scrouter, what were you doing on January 16th, 1988?
Probably screwing around outside.
In the middle of January?
Yeah. Yeah, Dad liked to kick me out of the house a lot back then. I don't know why.
Yeah. I actually vaguely kind of remember that being a fairly snowy winter. I don't know if that's a false memory, though.
I'm trying to think about it.
I don't know.
I even remember what school I was at.
I don't know. When I was little, I used to be outside all the time. Now that I've gotten older, I hate outside. I just sit in my room all the time now.
Well, I'm finally reaching the point of the year where I can actually go outside. Like it actually, like right now, it is below 60 degrees outside where I live, and I live in the Carolinas. And that's the first time we've been below that threshold since at least April. So it was a really nice day today. It didn't even touch 80 degrees. Like I don't like the South's hot weather. So this is where I thrive in this kind of weather. So I can actually go outside now.
Yeah, it's 40 degrees up here, and I just closed my windows like 3 seconds ago.
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
What's that?
Did you ever find out you had a sibling you didn't know about?
Almost, in fact. When I was 22 or so. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, I think I was 22. And my girlfriend at the time and I were visiting my mother. And, because, at 22, I didn't live with my mother. Which was, given the fact that we're basically all millennials, that's kind of an accomplishment. But I didn't live with my mother at the time. And we were there, and as some members of my family are wont to do, there was a bottle of wine or two or three that had been, shall we say, extinguished by basically my mother by herself. And I went into the house to use the bathroom as we were all sitting outside, barbecuing and whatever. And as I was coming out of the bathroom, my girlfriend at the time came over and stopped me in the hallway and said, "Did you know that your mother had a miscarriage when she was 17? And I was like, no, I didn't know that. And she was 39 when I was born. So apparently I very nearly had a sibling 22 years older than me that I did not find out about directly until she drunkenly told my girlfriend while we were hanging out with them while I went into the bathroom. What about you guys?
Actually, yeah. That happened to me.
Oh, yeah?
I was like 12.
Yeah?
Yep.
Do you still have contact with the sibling?
We've messaged each other on Facebook and stuff.
Oh, that's cool. I never knew that about you. I've known you 10 years and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, cool.
Are we ready?
Well, Scrodrick didn't answer.
No, I haven't had that happen to me.
Okay, I'm ready then. Well, the question I was actually going to ask, and your question was great, but I think I want to ask mine too, was have you guys ever been mistaken for someone else or for, family members that you didn't have? Like, have you ever been mistaken with somebody as siblings before?
Well, when I got my new cell phone, the guy who had the number before me, we share a first name.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And so people would call me and said, "Hey, Dracofunk, how are you doing?" I'm like, "Good." And we go on and talk and I have no idea who you are. And they didn't believe me.
And two people named Dracofunk. That's amazing.
I was about to say, what are the odds of two people named Dracofunk sharing a phone number? Yeah.
My first name isn't that common in the first place, but
that's true.
You wouldn't know it by the friends we keep, but
good point. Yeah,
true.
Well, I'll answer yes because I've had each one of you mistaken for my brother before on multiple occasions.
Well, yeah.
And specifically the two of you, none of my other friends.
Well, between you and me, when we were in college, we had a professor who we're pretty sure could not tell us apart.
That's true. That is true. I think let's save that story for the Binar episode. for reasons that I think will become apparent.
All right.
Okay.
We are watching this over the Netflix version, but you can use the DVD, the Hulu version. if you do use a Netflix version, don't use that little handy dandy skip intro button. I love it too, but it won't work.
I just burped.
I expect that to have extra reverb.
It will. Oh, absolutely. And also, if you're going to watch along with us, which is the whole point of this, so I'm not going to say if you're going to. I'm going to say when you're going to, because that's the smart way to say it.
When you're going to is right now, because that's what you're doing.
In maybe a minute or so, you're going to watch this episode along with us. And what you're going to do is you're going to have the episode queued up in front of you. Like I have it on my screen, on my monitor, on my computer that is in front of me where I'm sitting. That's all the details I can share about that. And it's right there, and it just reset, so hang on. But you're set to 0 on the counter, and you're just going to hover that mouse or your finger or your joystick or your Xbox controller or your face or whatever you use to push the button.
Whatever appendage you want.
Yeah, elbow, knee, I don't care, left ear, use an eyeball, doesn't matter. Right over that play button, and then we're going to give you a countdown from 5 to something very close to 0, if not exactly 0. And when we get to that limit approaching 0, then you hit the play button, and you'll be able to watch right along with us, so that you know everything right as we know it. Did I cover all of it?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Anything else to add? I don't remember what our speech is.
No. Can we pause for a second?
Sure. All right. This is Star Trek The Next Generation, Season 1, Episode 12, Datalore, and we are pressing play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I said I was ready, but I very nearly wasn't. Because I just autopiloted it.
Stand by for going slower.
Yeah. But he doesn't feel emotions.
Oh, man. Har, 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 har. Hey, I wonder why he took the blue foam off of his walls. Did he just say that people sneeze for other reasons? God damn it, got it wrong again. Let me wipe my nose.
So nobody told Yar that the stuff that happened on Data's planet.
Well, apparently nobody told Picard either.
Let's let the kids sit at ops again.
Ah, the barren wasteland, I remember.
So they did no research before they orbited this planet?
He's got 800 quadrillion bits of storage. Contraction. Keep track of the contractions in this episode. You're damn right I will.
He always will.
Figured I'd stand up and tell you.
Dun dun dun.
And that's a picture.
Don't hit that skip intro button. I know you want to.
So seductive.
It's tantalizing. It's like a big gumdrop that's square and black and white and on a screen.
So, you know, Gene Roddenberry had a hand in writing a couple episodes, right?
Right.
This is the last one.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't realize it was that early in the series.
Well, I mean, I knew his health was declining, but
This is the last one he I think he co-wrote until he died in 1991.
wow.
My favorite part about this episode is it's a Data episode.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anytime you give Brent Spiner anything, you're going to get quality. Except when you ask him to sneeze like a robot.
Apparently, the double they had for him got on everybody's nerves.
I can believe that.
See, now I'm thinking, I have to go back and watch Master of Disguise, but I can't bring myself to do that.
Oh, God, no. I was thinking about that movie the other day. Can't remember why.
Well, I was kind of thinking, anything with Brent Spiner quality. I was like, oh wait, his role, not the movie. Yeah,
He was in Dude, Where's My Car also. He was the most entertaining character, actually. Like the ostrich obsessed guy.
yep.
And he was in Independence Day. He was pretty good in that.
Seriously, did nobody tell them what happened?
Apparently. Very astute.
It was so wrecked, it's still smoking.
That's that's a second contraction. In this tomb.
No clothes either.
Push the button on my back, please. They leaned in for a kiss. We embraced. It's a cave. What was that?
That was it, Jordy. Speak, friend, and enter.
The soundtrack is vaguely reminiscent of the first Star Trek movie, the motion picture. Don't push the red button. Okay. Director said to Worf, "Walk like you're bored."
Hey, Worf's in this episode.
He is, like always.
Is Counselor Troy in this episode?
I haven't seen her yet.
Maybe they forgot to pick her up from wherever it was she was.
Yeah. Well, she was in the last episode, wasn't she? Yeah, she was. They had to sacrifice her to the Haradin. Oh, hey, the light thingies.
Those are in everything.
They are, yeah. They were in Airplane 2, the one with William Shatner. Blinking and beeping and blinking and beeping.
They were an Alien?
Yeah. Yeah, if you know what I mean.
Well, he's fully functional now.
He sure is. No. You don't say.
Man, those were talented children, drawing all that stuff.
They even put it up on the fridge.
We're so proud of you for coloring your Doom.
Yeah, what a stupid idea. Oh, wait.
Data, I wonder if he succeeded.
Calculate the odds on that, Data.
Find me an axe. We'll find out if he succeeded.
Yeah. Oh, my Aegis.
Why is it upside down?
Because that's how you fight Zeus. Duh. In the Zeus shoot, wearing your Aegis. Oh god, I can't breathe! I can't breathe!
Hundreds. So the AAA didn't search for any of this stuff?
Oh, they didn't find the secret button that Geordi found.
Oh.
Yeah, they all sucked. Yeah.
I'll bet he placed that carefully on that shelf for a reason.
Let's just open the scary fog room.
Is there air? Is it breathable? You don't know.
It's a good thing they had his butt out there on display. It doesn't look like me at all.
Yeah, it's a heat. Look over there. Can't you tell?
He doesn't feel emotions, though. You haven't dreamed anything. You're an android. I hope they find its ears.
Wouldn't that be great if they were just missing a few parts?
Yeah.
That's why Lore was so upset for the...
Hey, that's
I'm not fully functional.
It's totally Chief Engineer Argyle.
Yeah. He'll
That's
be
like
fired after this episode.
that's like 2 episodes with the same Chief Engineer.
What do those light thingies do?
Well, hopefully they remove the seams from the mold.
I like how Argyle's just like, yeah.
Yeah. You guys just keep doing your thing. I'll just kind of monitor.
Yeah.
What's the blue liquid for?
It's the Romulan ale for later.
It's 3 contractions.
We're missing his.
Do you want that in the recording?
Just bleep it.
Okay. Johnson? Both balls?
Lee?
Start with
Ask Tasha.
yes. Because butts are funny.
I mean, especially like Tasha.
Yeah. She related to a lot of him, you know. Hey.
Yeah.
Could also be a sheet of plexiglass, but
Just some crudely drawn porn, you know.
Well, thanks for your valuable insight of one question. Synthomometer.
Yeah. A little higher. Lower.
No.
No.
Except they all learn about it very quickly.
That's a lot faster than Warp 7.
It is. They have to go that fast for the surgery to work. Getting a real Vegeta vibe from those faces. Stick this on the left nipple. Did you try plugging him in? Hey, signs of consciousness.
Uh-oh. Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun.
I also wonder.
He doesn't feel emotions.
That's not what I was going to ask.
Oh, this is a good idea.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they let the kid fly. How?
And here's the system override.
To within 1/360th of, you know.
But we just broke a bunch of them.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So does Data.
Kill all humans? So Lore just used a contraction, and Data didn't.
Tasha's back there. Now there's two.
Two contractions. Since 3 each. Boy, Data's got some nipples this episode.
I mean, he just met his brother.
was that your reaction too, Draco, when you met your sibling?
No.
Okay.
New family members.
Just wanted to, clarify that.
I didn't find them dismembered in a cabinet full of fog.
That may have made a difference, I suppose.
Does it for Data every time.
What a dope.
and 100,000 credits in debt.
So he would be what, like an 04, 03? Well, 03, 04, on if we were using modern pay or current pay grades.
Yeah.
What is Lieutenant Commander 03? I have to look that up now.
A little bit of a nervous tick there.
Oh, 04.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here we go. See, Data used 3 contractions in this episode.
Uh-oh.
Detail and accuracy are my middle name. Lore, detail and accuracy.
Soon.
Yeah. A starship to bend to my will. A yellow jumpsuit.
There a bear that popped up on the screen there for a while.
Yeah.
Did what?
Like, better study those bears just in case.
There was some bears.
The children loved it.
It was really pretty until it ate Jimmy.
And me.
I used to have arms.
And a body.
That also happened to Jimmy. No, for carry out. Or deliver. Damn it.
I've been taking brother lessons from Captain Picard.
That's a bad idea.
Robert, what the
Champagne. Is he going to roofie Data?
Mm-hmm. This one is called the date rape.
So the ethics of date rape between two androids who are also brothers. I mean, I know it's bad, but how many levels of bad are we talking? I'm gonna fill your life
Also,
with
more alcohol in that glass. Not that it really matters, but still, more.
uh.
You gave him a whole planet, and
Yeah, but none of them work like Klingons or Riker. Don't let the kid look. He's going to see things that he shouldn't see yet. Please send an adult.
I am an adult.
You should say that before you. Okay. Yeah, Data's never used contractions before. Yeah, got him. Dumb kid. I want a cheekerator.
Must be nice to have a tool that specifically does that.
Yeah, I know.
All the ladies want one.
I mean, if it does that to your face,
Where are they going?
That's a good question. Mom doctor?
Mom doctor. Dr. Mom.
A what?
A bogey.
Hostile at bearing
5 o'clock.
165. Well,
Whoa!
and they stopped because that's a good idea.
They always stop.
Man, how could they ever defeat this insurmountable foe? You just told us.
Let me watch the boy to make sure he's properly abused.
He's going to finger puppet him. Yep.
Right in the prostate.
Hey, I'm Data! Hand in the back of the throat thing. Aww. Hey, it made his head swell.
Oh yeah, that thing's outside.
You know, last episode, they had no problem trusting Wesley or listening to what he said or taking him seriously.
Yeah, now they're...
Now they hate him. Wow. You can talk to it.
Yeah. Where are you going to get a large tree?
The Arboretum, because this is a Galaxy-class starship. It's like a city.
Give it an appetizer.
Not now. But
Yep.
he might try and take over the ship.
Now he's sober.
Again.
What, you like ribs?
Oh. Is this the second time Worf's had his ass kicked?
Yep. Let me put my face back on. Is it just me or those barrels look like they're going to fall? Like, wait. He doesn't feel emotions, though.
Oh, good, you brought the kid.
He's already flaming.
Oh.
I don't even. I'm sorry. Oh, shot in the leg. Oh, wow.
She's on fire. This is like Rock'em Sock'em Robots Android edition. Donkey Kong.
Go help, Leslie. No, I meant punch him.
Where'd you beam him to?
I don't know.
The bridge?
He's in a tree now. He's like part of a tree.
Yeah. Totally permanently.
Forever. See, look at the wall. It's wait, okay.
Maybe somebody should be on the bridge.
It's okay. LaForge is up there. He'll handle it. Anybody check on Worf? Is he just like bleeding out in the turbolift right now?
It's those redundant Klingon organs, you know.
Counselor Troy's got it.
You want to apologize, maybe?
Nah.
He's just a kid. It doesn't matter. Feelings don't matter when they belong to children.
Yeah, they just need to grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing for a computer refit. Worf's cowering in a turbolift somewhere.
Hemorrhaging. Well.
I guess they didn't pick up Counselor Troy.
I guess they didn't. Well, what are your thoughts? Was that episode fully functional?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot less wrong with that episode than, you know, some of the previous ones that we've seen so far.
I mean, do I have to point out the one big plot hole, though? Which is the contractions thing?
To be fair, Brent Spiner had a big problem with this, and they had to have a big sit-down meeting.
Yeah, and I will say that he's the one who finally got him to, like, face it and fix it. But they could have, like, you know, at least dubbed over earlier in the episode when he used contractions as data. Or something. You know what I mean?
Maybe they were on time constraints. Although that wouldn't have been a big deal, but...
Yeah, I don't know. But no, I'm, you know, good episode. It establishes a lot. It really establishes a lot about Data's character. You know, I'm really starting to feel that Data is Data by this point in the series. And I think, you know, this episode was kind of necessary to really establish, you know, more about him.
You know what? I want to give Brent Spiner credit for portraying two different characters. Lore was completely different than Data. Absolutely. And if you have to look at, you know, that's one actor.
Yeah. I do think the directing was a little ham-fisted with that, though. Like, I feel like, you know, they kind of overdid, like, the facial tick thing, you know. And I mean,
the my dear brother. Oh yes, my dear brother. Oh yes, my dear. Yes, we get it.
Yeah. And it's just a little much, you know. You know, I think we would have got the point if it had been done at a little bit lighter of a level. But I mean, that's not Brent Spiner. That's the director.
Was this a Rob Bowman episode?
That's a great question. I don't know. We should look that up.
I should look that up. I believe it was Rob Bowman.
Let's see here.
Director Rob Bowman.
Okay. What else did he direct?
Some stuff.
Okay, cool.
So,
all right.
He's a big TV director.
Okay.
X-Files.
Right. You know, and there are a couple of camera angles actually that remind me of the X-Files, like the close up on Lore's face when he was like kicking Data while he was down, like that just slightly tilted camera angle and just the exact angle that we were looking at his face, that slight downward perspective. That really kind of is like an X-Files sort of camera angle, you know, and that jumped out at me as not really being. It's a unique perspective for a Next Generation episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's directed 2 other episodes thus far. The Battle and Where Those People Haven't Been Yet.
Both of which have really interesting close-up angles, don't they? Like, you know, because I remember in The Battle we talked about how when Picard was all delusional on the bridge of the Stargazer, like they had those sort of tilted camera angles. We talked about the Batman movie.
Yeah.
And then note where nobody may have not been going before, the sick bay scene, all the different, you know, weird close-ups and the lighting in the sick bay.
Yeah.
So
he directs some pretty good episodes. We'll see him again.
Awesome. We'll have to watch out for his camera angles and stuff as we go.
Yeah, we have a couple more coming up.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Well, anything else to say about it?
I got nothing interesting.
You got nothing interesting?
Nah.
I think I guess if I had to sum this up as far as my thoughts on it, it kind of has the same problem for me as Hide and Q, which is that there's not enough going on in the episode for me to really like. And I felt the same way, and I kind of thought in the back of my head before the episode when I said, I don't really remember that much happening. I kind of thought, well, I wonder if it's just that not much happens, and so there isn't very much to remember, and I was right. The same thing in Hide and Q, where it's so slow, and it really needs a B and a C plot, or something.
And you brought this up, and this has happened a couple times in the first season. Something happens, or there's some plot point, and they just never resolve it. Like, seriously, what's Worf doing?
Yeah,
Is he still alive? We'll have to find out.
He's just in the turbo lift. There's just a pool of blood settling around him,
Collapsed lung,
Don't bother chasing the crystalline entity. Where were they going? How about that one?
Why did they stop for it?
Exactly, yeah. It's like, oh, it's overtaking us. Next scene, they're just parked in front of it. Like, huh. That's weird. This thing killed all those people. Huh.
I bet it'll be fine.
Right. They didn't talk about scanning it with the sensors. They didn't talk about just nothing. Just, oh, there it is. Okay. And where the hell was Counselor Troy?
I mean, at least in that one episode, they're like, yeah, we dropped her off here. And, we'll get her later. This one.
Yeah. He had a very difficult case and just could not leave. Otherwise, that guy would have just murdered the whole ship.
She ran out of thongs to wear over her jumpsuit, something,
She wasn't going to be useful because you can't sense, lore.
Yeah, she had to take care of the internal problem with one of the crew members, not, outside source she can't even help with.
It's not like a psychologist would be useful in a situation where, somebody is discovering their point of origin for the first time and discovering a family member they've never met and then having conflict with them. The last person
it's not a real person, so
yeah, the last type of person you want around in that situation is a psychologist. Am I right?
Yeah. And also, on a sadder note, this is the last episode Argyle's in.
Oh, that's a shame. I liked him.
He was just the engineer who's kind of like, yep.
Yeah.
That's what's going.
5
more minutes of duty, then I can go have a beer.
He really does strike me as the kind of guy that, he works his 8-hour shift, and clocks out when the clock ticks over, and then spends his whole evening in what will be 10 forward later, just sipping a beer.
We should all aspire to have beards like his.
It's true. I used to, but now mine's a goatee.
Yep.
Yeah.
I imagine he's like Hank Hill from King of the Hill, just sitting down there, and they go to 10 forward, and there's just 4 guys standing in the corner looking out at the stars, going, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Would that make Geordie Boomhauer?
Only if you take his visor off.
Man, you gotta take my word for it, man. Dang, I'm reading a book, man.
You do that way too well.
I know. I mean, I'm from West Virginia stock, so it's bound to happen at some point.
There's got to be some alien who just can't quite grasp English in a way that makes sense. So
imagine the Pack-Leads meeting Boomhauer. We want to be dang old good boys.
Oh God. Spleetor from the planet Dyslexia,
Good night, everybody.
Good night. We'll see you
Good
next
night.
time.
Happens to me.